All right, let's get right into it. If you have over 50 pounds to lose, you already know that it is not easy. And you're not here watching this video because you need somebody to sugarcoat it for you. You're here because you are tired of starting over, tired of feeling like you're stuck, and tired of feeling like you're failing time and time again. And let me tell you something. Stop with that mindset here and right now. You are not failing. Most of the advice that's out there is not really tailored for you. It's built for people who are not new to this, people who already have some sort of idea of how to meal prep, already have some form of gym habit, and who aren't emotionally burnt out. But when you have over 50 pounds to lose, your journey, it's going to be different. Your challenges are different. And the way that you approach fat loss, it has to be different too. I know because I've been there. If this is the first time you guys are watching my channel, I am Fitless and I have lost over 85 pounds naturally. Exhibit A, okay? To the left of the screen, you can see this is me at my absolute heaviest. Pre-diabetic, I was dealing with numbness in my legs. I was literally getting winded from the most basic things like a flight of stairs. It was really getting to the point where I just was not liking what I was seeing in the mirror. Over 235 pounds. And then to my right is your girl now. I am 100% natural, you guys. I don't even take supplements. This is all through hard work, discipline, but most importantly, truly really understanding how fat loss works. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you guys in this video today. I've lost over 85 pounds, okay? It's possible. This video is the best fat loss strategy if you have over 50 pounds to lose. Let's get into it. Before we get into fat loss, let's talk about something that may be holding you back, your job. Listen, I have been there. I have spent years clocking into a job that I did not align with, that wasn't good for me, that I was really just feeling miserable at. Like most of it, I would drag myself in every day running on fumes. And by the time that I got home, I had literally nothing left for myself. No energy to work out, no energy to cook, and definitely no energy to chase my goals. And the worst part, you guys, is that I felt stuck in a cycle of paycheck to paycheck, stuck between choosing between groceries on some days that match my goals and fixing that weird noise that my car keeps making. What kept me stuck was fear. Fear of pivoting, fear of failing, and most importantly, fear of the unknown. But let me tell you this, if you are stuck in a job that's absolutely draining you, it's not because you're lazy, it's because you are under challenge. That's why a portion of today's video is sponsored by ISSA, the International Sports Science Association. If you love fitness and you're stuck in a dead-end job or just doing a whole bunch of gig grind, this is your permission slip to pivot into a field with real demand. Here's why I back ISSA. They have the #1 job guarantee in this industry. Get certified, sign up, and you're guaranteed a job in the US or they will offer you your money back. They have over 10,000 gym partners and over 73,000 Oprah trainer jobs. It's 100% online, self-paced, flexible, and you can study anywhere on your phone, on your tablet. And the final exam, you guys, is open book and you can retake it if need be. Lastly, you guys, they have flexible, interest-free payment plans with no credit checks. If I were starting completely over today, I choose ISSA to make my job hunt simple. If you guys are ready to pivot, make sure you scan the link here on the screen or the link in my description as well and use my code FITLYSS, FITLYSS, for $100 off, you guys, of your CPT certification. You guys have waited long enough. It's time to make the move. Again, use my code FITLYSS, scan the QR code on the screen, and it will be linked in my description as well. Thank you, ISSA, for sponsoring a portion of this video, and let's get into the fat loss phases. Phase 1 is the reframe. You don't need more motivation, you need discipline. All right, you guys, let's have an honest conversation right now. If you have been telling yourself that I just need more motivation, I'm here to tell you, no, you don't. Motivation is fleeting. And to be frank, it's not going to get you to your goals. What you need, it's discipline. And before you guys roll your eyes, hear me out. Let me explain. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's not necessarily about waking up every morning at 5 a.m. or never eating a cookie ever again. Discipline is about keeping promises to yourself, even the small ones. It's about saying that I'm going to walk for 10 minutes today and actually committing and going for that walk. It's about drinking the glass of water that you said that you're going to drink. It's about showing up for yourself even on days when you do not feel like it. Because here's the truth, and this is going to hurt some of your guys' feelings, but I need you to put your emotions aside and listen to what I'm saying. A lack of discipline is just confirmation that you don't follow through. And if you don't trust yourself to follow through, how are you ever going to believe that you can lose over 50 pounds? The good news, you guys, is discipline, like anything else, it's a skill. It's something that you can build one promise at a time. And when you do, when you keep those promises, it adds up. Those small wins, they turn to huge wins. And before you know it, you haven't just lost the weight, you are becoming the kind of individual that shows up for themselves. Here's a science breakdown breakdown why discipline beats motivation every single time. As I communicated, and as you guys probably know, motivation, it's fleeting. It's like a friend that hypes you up and then disappears when you really need them. We see something on social media and it really inspires us and motivates us. But as soon as you get that dopamine, it's gone. That's what motivation does. Discipline is more like a habit. It's literally built in your brain through something called neuroplasticity, which is just a really fancy way of saying your brain changes based on what you do repeatedly. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you are literally rewiring your brain that it can trust you. Think about a relationship. Sometimes I like to compare things to relationships because I feel like it helps people visualize it more. If you have a partner that is constantly pouring into you, giving you love, and doing things that you're just not used to, when they first start doing that, you may be thinking like, ooh, I don't know, especially if you're not used to it. What do they want? Why are they doing this? Why are they being so nice? Your guard's kind of up. But when they keep showing up, they keep doing it over time, you begin to trust them. You know that you can count on them, right? And that feels good. It's like your guard's let down and you can see that this person has continuously showed up in the way that they said that they would. That's what discipline looks like. But it's for yourself. When you show up and you commit to something and you follow through, you are proving to yourself that you can continue to do that action. And your brain, it responds to that. The more you do it, you guys, the easier it gets. Here's a hot girl tip. To master this phase 1, we're going to start uber simple, but it's going to be a game changer. When you're watching this video, literally the day you're watching this video, doesn't matter when, but when you watch it, I want you to commit to one task and you're going to follow through with that task within 24 hours. I don't care what it is. It could be, I'm going to walk 8,000 steps today. Hey, I'm actually going to deep clean my apartment. I'm going to really respond to someone in a thoughtful way and not get triggered. Whatever it is, write it down in your notes, on your wall. I don't care, but you write it down, be intentional, say it out loud, and you do it within 24 hours. That's all. But you guys have to learn how to keep promises to yourself. I didn't lose over 85 pounds, okay, because I was motivated. There were plenty of days where I didn't want to show up. Yesterday was a perfect example. I've been taking beginner skills dance classes and I'm going through my menstrual right now, right? And I'm just feeling not in the mood. But I never, and I do mean never, let my emotions determine if I move my body or not. Let's get into phase 2. Phase 2, the real problem why most people fail at losing over 50 pounds. If you have been trying to lose over 50 pounds and it feels like forever, doesn't mean that you're not meant to get healthy or lose weight. It doesn't mean that you're lazy or incompetent. It usually means that you're trying to start at the finish line. Let me explain. When most people decide that they want to lose weight, right? Really motivated, they get really excited and they go balls to the wall, okay? They go all in. They cut their calories significantly down to the extreme. They start doing really intense workouts. They say, I'm no longer eating carbs. I'm going on an all plant diet. They remove everything they love really dramatically, right? They clear out everything. And for a week, maybe a week and a half, it works. You may be even seeing progress and you're thinking, yes, I finally have cracked the code. It works. But what happens? Life happens. Somebody will piss you off. Kids are acting up. The car won't start. Life stressors just amplify. You get tired. You're lethargic. You're more moody. And suddenly you stop. You treat yourself with food. And all of a sudden you're back at square one or even worse off than before. And a lot of times I know that when you get to that point, it feels really heavy. You feel like a failure and you get frustrated. And sometimes you even think like, I'm not meant to lose weight. Why did I even bother? But let me be crystal clear, you guys. You are not a failure and you need to change your mindset. The plan was the failure, not you as an individual. If the plan requires you to be absolutely perfect every day, it's not sustainable and it's not based in reality. It's a fantasy. And fantasies don't work when you have over 50 pounds to lose. Here's a science breakdown why extremes do not work. And I really need you guys to listen to this phase 2, because this is an endless cycle that a lot of you guys are at. I know because I've been there. When you go to an extreme workout, an extreme diet, it's very intense. Your body, it's a brilliant thing. It literally will go into survival mode. Your brain literally starts thinking, oh, wait a minute, we're starving right now. And it starts fighting back. Here's what happens. Number 1 is your metabolism. It slows all the way down. Your body will burn fewer calories to conserve energy for itself. Number 2 is your hunger hormones. They go absolutely insane. They intensify. The hormone that makes you hungry, ghrelin, spikes significantly, while leptin, the hormone that keeps you full and satiated, drops. And number 3, your stress levels, they increase. Cortisol, which is your stress hormone, goes all the way up, which actually can make your body hold on to fat, especially around your midsection. So if you think that you're doing everything right, if you're doing those things in these extremes, your body is working against you. This is how so many women women self-sabotage. That's why I don't do extreme. I lost over 85 pounds sustainably over 15 months. And I have kept the weight off and have become even more muscular and lean because I didn't do the extreme. What I'm teaching you guys is sustainable weight loss. Here's a hot girl tip, you guys. I really want you guys to focus in this phase 2 on not doing the extremes, just being consistent. Most people, they underestimate the power of consistency. You do not have to do these crash diets, these extremes. If you show up even small, but you do it consecutively over time, consistently, you will see so much more of a difference. I just don't know why, especially as women. I don't know if it's how we've been sold to or marketed to, or some of our self-accountability. I'm all about taking ownership. This mentality that you just have to do this extreme, this crash course. No, take your guys' time. Be consistent. You are going to see way better results. Here, right now, let go of this idea that you have to be perfect. I want you to take a deep breath. Seriously, right now, inhale and exhale. And when you exhale, let go of that belief of perfection because it's not real. All right, you guys, can we pause for a second? If you are someone who really likes a challenge and you're really trying to lock in and build consistency, I have built my app 60 Days to Her after my own stop-start journey. I was sick of the starting and stopping. I really wanted to create something that gave me the structure very early on in my fitness journey where I just followed daily tasks over consecutive days to build up my discipline. Here's exactly what you do in the app every single day over 60 days. First things first is 40 minutes of movement, okay? Doesn't matter the type of movement. You can walk, which is highly underrated and I encourage it. You can do Pilates, you can do strength training. You can mix it up every day of the week. But the key is every single day over 60 days, you are committing 40 minutes of movement. Next thing is 8,000 steps. And I get a lot of questions about this. Do I do the 8,000 steps and the 40 minutes of movement? No, you don't have to. If you want to, absolutely you should. I'm a huge advocate of walking in general in addition to movement, but it's not both. When you move your body daily, get a step counter, get a watch like I have, an Amazfit watch, and just keep track of your steps. But you do need to commit to 8,000 steps. It's not in addition to the 40 minutes of movement, okay? So if the 40 minutes of movement is just you walking and you reach your 8,000 steps, you did it, girl. Within the challenge is also a daily progress photo. And I know a lot of people, especially if you have a significant amount of weight to lose, you may not like taking photos or videos of yourself, but listen to me very carefully. One of the best things I ever did was document my fitness journey. As you guys can see here, I documented my entire fitness journey and I'm forever grateful for that. This video is me very early on into my fitness journey, and this is me now in my fitness journey. Document it, you guys. You don't have to share it with anybody, but there is power in seeing your progress. Upload a photo every single day. And I promise you, at the end of the 60 days, you're going to be so grateful that you did. Next is a half a gallon of water, which isn't that much. A lot of us are not drinking enough water. Also, you're committing to eating whole foods only. What does that mean? It's described in the app as well. Whole foods meaning real food, you guys. No processed food, no junk food, meats, chicken, steak, fish, vegetables, whole food, real complete foods, nothing processed. It's not in a bag. Like, you are just prioritizing eating real food. You guys are going to see such a significant change if you commit to this challenge. I've had girlies message me. I put some things on the screen right here. Literally, a lot of women will lose weight rapidly within the first couple of weeks because they're prioritizing whole foods, because their body's like, yo, whoa, we're not eating Taco Bell every day. What? So whole foods for 60 days. And the last two are a mood check-in and a gratitude check-in. It is so important to be very mindful of how you are feeling during this challenge, your moods, and why you feel the way you feel. And gratitude is a huge part as well. When we have a significant amount of weight to lose, oftentimes we lose sight of all the great things that may be happening in our life or how our bodies are changing. Gratitude is essential. Even on your very worst day, I guarantee you, you can have something to be thankful for. My app, 60 Days to Her, is your accountability BFF, your progress tracker, and it's only $11.99 one-time fee. It's not a subscription. It's yours forever for $11.99. If you're interested in learning more about 60 Days to Her, scan the QR code on the screen right here, and it'll also be in my description. Phase 3 is the strategy, the 3 pillars that actually work. So now that we talked about why most people fail, let's get into what actually works. You guys may want to make sure you have notes accessible because I'm really going to give you all the sauce right now, so pay attention. I like to call this the 3 pillars of fat loss. And these are the exact steps I use to lose over 85 pounds naturally, without burnout, without the extreme, and without starting over every single Monday. Let's break it down. Pillar 1 is you're going to build the floor before before you build the ceiling. A lot of people, they want to jump straight to the ceiling. They want to do the intense workouts, they want to cut their calories and go all in on day one. Talked about this in the previous phases, why this doesn't work. If you guys do not have a solid foundation, you will crash. That's why this first pillar is about building the floor before you get to the ceiling. Here's what this looks like. Pay attention. Number one is focus on daily movement instead of intense workout. Start with walking, stretching. If you're over 30 plus, you definitely need to be stretching. Yoga. Listen to me carefully. You do not need to kill yourself in the gym, especially when you're first starting out to see progress. Number two is steps over cardio. Focus on getting your steps in before you focus on intense cardio and HIIT training. I know, especially when you have a significant amount, you're trying to lose over 50 pounds. A lot of people have this misconception that they need to do all this cardio. Listen to me. Cardio is great for cardiovascular. Definitely great for your heart. It's also really great for your mental toughness. But when you are just starting out, cardio is very hard on the body, especially if you're heavier, you have more weight to lose, and it makes you hungrier. Lastly, you burn those calories while you're doing the cardio. Absolutely. But after that, you're not burning those calories anymore. Focus on getting your steps in during this phase, okay? It's low impact. It's not going to make you super hungry after doing it. And if you have a lot more weight on you, it's so much easier on your joint. Number three is protein before restriction. Instead of cutting out all of your favorite foods, eventually you will have to cut out something if you're trying to make this a lifestyle. But for right now, start by just adding more protein to your meal. A lot of people, especially women, do not realize they are always hungry because they are not eating enough protein. Protein satiates you. It fills you up for a longer period of time. So when you're in this first pillar, just up your protein a bit. I promise you're going to see significant change. And number four is you guys need to learn portions before cutting calories. You do not need to starve yourself. It's going to backfire. It's not sustainable. Start by understanding how much you are eating. A lot of us are over consuming and we don't even realize it. Be mindful of your plate. Look at the portion size in which you are eating. Why does this first pillar matter so much? Because it prevents burnout. It prevents binge restrict cycle. And most importantly, quitting after 2 weeks. I'm going to hit you guys with some science for this first pillar. When you are in this first pillar, this is what's happening in your body. Your nervous system, it's going to adapt. When you start with small but manageable changes, your body doesn't freak out. Next, you guys are building consistency, which is the key for having sustainable weight loss. Every time you show up, you are reinforcing that habit in your brain. And lastly, you are avoiding burnout. As I've mentioned now several times in this video, when you push yourself way too hard, way too fast, your body and your mind, it can't keep up. Starting small keeps you in the game longer, and staying in the game longer, you get more shots up. That's how you win. Pillar two is calorie awareness without obsession. Most people either completely ignore their calories or they are underestimating them significantly. Here's the thing that I need you guys to understand. You do not need to track forever. You just need to track long enough to learn. At the end of the day, it's data, and data is key, you guys. Most people, they underestimate what they're eating by 30 to 50%. This is facts. You cannot outwork what you simply don't understand. If you do not know how much you are eating, you're just guessing. And guessing doesn't work when you have over 50 pounds to lose. Tracking is not about punishment, okay? I need this to be crystal clear. This negative stigma around tracking, I just think it's propaganda so we're not getting healthy, because it literally is the key to understanding your body, what you're consuming, and having efficient fat loss. Once you understand what you're eating, you understand the plate that's before you, you can make better choices. Here's a science breakdown why calorie awareness works. Your body needs to be in a calorie deficit to lose fat. There's no negotiation with that. It's science. It is what it is. But if you don't understand how much you're eating, you can't be in a calorie deficit to lose fat. When you track your food, you are giving yourself data, and data is power. It helps you. For context, before I break this down, this is me working out consistently, but not tracking my food, having no idea of how much I was overeating, how much I was consuming. This is me now, after going on cuts and tracking my food. Let's continue. Tracking your food reveals these three things. Number one is you start to spot patterns. You learn things like, am I eating too much right now? Am I eating a lot at nighttime? And am I skipping meals throughout the day? Number two is you have the data now to make adjustments. Once you know what's happening, you can make small changes that add up to huge results. Number three is you build confidence. When you see the numbers, you guys, when you see how much a bowl of rice is calorie-wise, you stop guessing. It gives you this sense of power power and control. A lot of times we don't even realize how much food has control over us. When you track and you understand the numbers, you take back that power. This isn't about being perfect. You're not going to be perfect. It's about being informed. And when you're informed, you make choices that actually align with the goals, with the woman that you say that you want to be. Pillar 3 is consistency that fits your real life. This is where I feel like most people struggle, because I feel like fat loss for a lot of people is very intimidating, and they hear the word like consistency and they think that they can never have a bad day. That's just not reality, you guys. Fat loss is not about being perfect. It's just about being consecutively consistent over time. Here's what this looks like in real life. Eating out, for example. You don't have to avoid restaurants for the rest of your life. You just make mindful choices when you go to them and you keep moving. Bad days, they are going to happen. It's absolutely normal. I'm not having the best day right now, but you don't stop. You don't quit. One bad day is not going to ruin your progress. What ruins your progress is when you have one bad day and then you spiral and it turns to 2 bad days to 3 to you completely quitting. Okay. One bad day, get yourself aligned and continue on the next day. Hormones and stress. These are real challenges, especially for us women. But let me be crystal clear. They are not excuses. I am filming right now. I'm on my menstrual. I'm not feeling great. I'm still going to work out. I'm still moving my body. We are not fragile, you guys. You are not fragile. And having hormones and being stressed out is not an excuse to not show up for yourself. Take it easy. Sure. Have a lighter day. Absolutely. But you don't just completely stop what your plans are. You stick to the plan. You stay aligned with your goals. And plateaus, okay? This is a huge part of fat loss. It's absolutely normal. The thing with a plateau is how to get over it is you have to stay consistent. A lot of people, especially when you go through a program like this, you'll start seeing changes. And then maybe the changes will stay stagnant for a week or two. And you'll get frustrated and then you'll stop. It's absolutely insane. The way to get over a plateau is to continue. Stay consistent. The key is to continuously show up, you guys, even when it's messy. Because fat loss, real sustainable fat loss, is just being better than you were yesterday over and over and over again. Here's the science behind why consistency works. Your body doesn't care about what you do once in a while. It cares about what you do over and over and over again. When you're consistent, you're going to be creating a calorie deficit over time. And remember, calorie deficit is the key to fat loss. Can we pause for a second? When I started my fat loss journey, I was a beginner once too. Actually, not that long ago, less than 2 years ago, I was over 235 pounds. I was working out. I was in the gym and I was so confused. And I remember being very frustrated on not really understanding why I wasn't losing weight, even though I was working out. And I got to the point where I kind of just accepted it. I would say things like, it must be my genetics. I'm meant to be thick, just crazy things. Once I learned how to track my food and really truly be in a deficit, everything changed. Everything. That is exactly why I created my app, Macro to Her, which I'm super proud of because it literally is a game changer. It's a calorie tracking app designed specifically for beginner women. I designed this with the intentionality of helping the woman that I used to be when I was over 235 pounds and I did not understand why I wasn't losing weight. This is how it works, you guys. You share your goal because we all have our goal weight and what we want to obtain. You have options. Either you want to cut, meaning you want to lose weight, you want to do body recomp, you want to stay around the same weight but change the way your body looks, or you want to gain weight. You take the quiz, it takes less than a minute, you answer the question, and your program is individualized for you. You get to choose between 8 weeks or 12 weeks. As you guys can see here on the screen, you guys can log your meals in seconds, okay? You can scan your food as an option. As you guys can see, it uses AI to help identify your food and give you an estimate on how many calories it is. For the most accuracy, you guys should be scanning the label, scanning your food with a food scanner, and inputting the actual data. But in general, you have options. Tracking your food, you guys, is how you are going to actually understand what you are eating and be in a true calorie deficit if your goal is fat loss. There is no subscriptions with my app, you guys. I really want to create something that you guys will have access to forever. Most of us, if we're in a fat loss season, we are going to be in a season for some time, right? Because it takes time, especially if you're doing it right. So I didn't want to worry about you guys having to pay every month for something. My app is $69.99 forever. It's a one-time fee. I'm never going to charge you every month for anything. That equates to around $5 a month for a year, and then it's yours forever. Like I said, one-time payment, $69.99, and you have access to it forever. If you guys are ready to start tracking and really understanding your food, make sure you scan the QR code that's here on the screen for my app, Macro to Her. I also have the link in the description. Phase 4, the mindset shift. What actually makes the weight stay off? All right, so in this phase, we're going to talk about the part that nobody wants to hear, but everybody needs to know. Fat loss doesn't stick until your identity changes. If you keep seeing yourself as the person that is always starting over, However, if you see yourself as a woman who will always be thick and overweight, or if you see yourself as a person that this is just too difficult and I can't do it, then that will become your reality and you won't be able to. But if you start seeing yourself as a type of woman that moves daily, the kind of woman that eats with intention because she values herself and what she puts in her body matters. If you start seeing yourself as the kind of woman that doesn't quit after making a mistake, everything changes. Because here's the truth, you guys, your actions will follow your identity. If you want to lose weight and keep it off, you have to stop thinking like someone who's trying to lose weight and start thinking like somebody that already has. Here's the science why identity drives behavior. Your brain has something called self-concept. Basically, it's the way that you see yourself. And self-concept, it drives your behavior. Here's how it works. Your identity, it shapes your habits. If you see yourself as someone who's bad at working out or you can't do something, you're not going to prioritize working out because you're bad at it. But if you see yourself as someone who moves daily, you will find a way to get it done because that's what your identity is. Your habits reinforce your identity. Every time you show up for yourself, which is why I've been trying to show you guys this the entire video, you are proving to your brain, this is who I am now. And lastly, it's a feedback loop. Your identity, it drives your actions. And your actions, they reinforce your identity. This is why small wins, they matter so much. It's not just about the progress is going to come, but it's about proving to yourself that you're a type of person that shows up. You guys, when I started to go on my weight loss journey, my identity completely shifted. I didn't say things like, I'm trying to lose weight. I would be like, I'm actively losing weight right now. My personal thing was I decided that I was going to get up really early. I was going to wake up at 4 a.m. That was my personal thing because my identity aligned myself. I was a woman who got up early before she had to deal with her husband, with the dog, pour into a job, anyone else. I wanted to pour into me first. That was a huge part of my identity shift. And what did I do? I showed up for myself. Was I a morning person? Absolutely not. Anyone who knows me in my personal life, I used to hate mornings. But think about it. I was telling myself, oh, I hate mornings. I hate mornings. And I was reinforcing that identity. Once I decided I'm a girly that wakes up early, that's just what I do. And I did it. It was hard at first, but I continued to do it. So listen to me when I say this. If you want your fat loss to stick, you have to stop fixating so much on the outcome and really lock in on the identity. Who do you want to become? And what does that version of you do every single day? Here's a hot girl tip. I want you guys to ask yourself, what does the version of me that has already lost the weight do? This is going to be a game changer. I really want you to visualize. I really want you to think about this, okay? Visualize. You've lost the weight. You have the dream body. How does that individual behave on a day-to-day basis? It's going to give you guys a lot of perspective because a lot of times, if I was to just hand you your dream body and all you had to do was maintain it, you wouldn't know how to do that. Maybe in your current state because you don't have the identity or the mindset or the discipline or the consistency of that individual. So think about it. You've lost the weight. How are you operating day today? Now, if you are ready to stop the stop cycle that you have continuously been in, I got something for you. I've created my masterclass, the Show Up System, and this is just a really in-depth of what it truly means to show up for your health, for your goals, and most importantly, for yourself. It's the exact framework that I use to lose over 85 pounds, and it's something that you can refer to over and over and over again. Inside of it, I have several modules, starting with mindset, because mindset is huge. Having an identity shift and really understanding why you're going on this journey is a game changer. I have you guys sign a Fit Girl contract, and it's just for you, but it symbolizes that you are showing up for yourself. I have a step-by-step method on how to read nutrition labels because they can be really confusing. I know really early on in my fitness journey, I just didn't understand labels at all. So I created a step-by-step guide on how to read them efficiently. And my infamous 8-week Fit Girl Cut guide, it breaks down an exact guide on how to go on a calorie deficit for 8 weeks. Also included some sample workouts in there as well. It's an ebook and it's within the system. You have access to it forever. My favorite part about the Show Up System and really what sets it apart, my masterclass, is there is a community feature in it. When you purchase the Show Up System, you get access to a private community. All of these women who are in this community are all on the same journey as you. You guys can talk to each other and you have more access to me. I cannot respond to every single comment. Sometimes you guys have questions and I just don't have the capacity. But when you join the Show Up System, you get access to this private quick community, and I can see you and your messages a little bit more efficiently. If you ever felt like you're in the cycle of self-sabotage, I really think this masterclass is going to help you. It's literally the foundation of what you need to continuously show up, and you have that community aspect of like-minded women who are on the same journey as you. A lot of us feel like we're just alone and that no one else is going through what we're going through, and that's not true. If you guys are interested in learning more about the show up system, make sure you scan the QR code here, or it'll be linked in my description as well. And let's get into the very last phase. Phase 5, if you are overwhelmed, start here. All right, you guys, we have covered a lot today. I know it was a lot, but it's all very useful information, and I know it's going to help you guys. And you may be thinking, okay, like, where do I start? So I'm going to make it very simple for you guys. If you are ready to start your journey, here's what I want you to do. Number 1 is you walk daily, every single day. I don't care if it's just around your room, you are walking daily. Number 2 is you're going to eat protein for every single meal. Start small, but make it a habit. A lot of us like to prioritize carbs. You'll have a whole plate of carbs and very little protein. I need you to start prioritizing protein. Number 3 is you guys need to learn your portion. You guys need to start tracking, okay? You can use my app, Macro to Her. You can write it down on your note. You can use another tool. Do a trial. Really start looking at your food, looking things up. Whatever you decide, but I need you guys to learn and understand your portion. You do not have to track forever, but you guys do need to understand some sort of data on what you are consuming. Number 4 is stop restarting. One bad day doesn't ruin your progress, quitting does. So you're committing to this, commit, but don't stop. Just if you have a bad day, pick yourself up, brush yourself off, and start up again the next day. Number 5 is give yourself 90 days. Commit to showing up for yourself for 90 consecutive days, no matter what. Even if you have a bad day, if you have a bad day on day 79, you're still continuing on day 80. Do not stop. You guys are going to see more progress this way. And how accomplished are you going to feel that you showed up for yourself over 90 days? That's it. That's the starting point. I want to reiterate to you guys, you are not stuck. You are not broken, and you absolutely can lose over 50 pounds. If you guys are committing to this, I want you to comment by 50, BYE 50, with your start date, okay? In the comments below. We're going to encourage each other, and it's going to help hold you accountable. And if you want more structure, more support, I have my 60 Days to Her challenge, a 60-day accountability challenge. You can scan the QR code here on the screen, or it'll be linked in my description. If you guys want to start tracking your calories and understanding your food, my app Macro to Her is a great option for you guys. I literally built this for beginner women. QR code is right here. Description will be as well. And lastly, my masterclass, the show up system. This really is going to help you start building a sustainable lifestyle, and you will have a community of women who are doing it alongside you. All links will be in my bio. Thank you again to ISSA for sponsoring a portion of this video, and make sure you guys are following me on social. My Instagram is Fitless Lifestyle, and my TikTok is fitless.lifestyle, and I'm very excited for you guys. Do not forget to comment by 50 if you are committing to this, and I want to encourage you guys, so make sure you leave that in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!